All right, man, you already know why we're here. UFC 292 results. We're gonna get straight into it, guys. The main event, Sean O'Malley versus Aljamain Sterling. You could tell by the look on Sean O'Malley's face, he was definitely nervous while walking out to the fight. He even said it in the post-interview. But in terms of the fight itself, I don't know what the hell was Aljamain Sterling doing. Now, I did pick him to win the fight, but it was very low confidence. I also made a video, guys, about Sean O'Malley saying, do not be surprised. I said, this fight's not going the distance. In the breakdown video, I said either Sean O'Malley's gonna get a knockout or Aljo's gonna get a sub, but Aljo wasn't adamant about going for takedowns. Like, he wasn't even trying to flood the data system of O'Malley with repeated shots, like, kind of like what he did to Petr Yan. Like, he just was literally trying to strike with him. I'm just like, what are you even doing, bro? So, like, he ended up getting knocked out. Not surprised at all about that outcome, but man, what a journey it's been for Sean O'Malley, because that man literally was being clowned, saying that he didn't fight anybody, he didn't beat Petr Yan. I thought he was gonna beat Petr Yan. I picked him to beat Petr Yan. I even made a video on it. But yeah, a lot of people didn't like the fact of how he got to the title shot, but I think what people need to realize in MMA, and even the fighters themselves, it's a fight, man. It doesn't matter how this person got a title shot. If they get the title shot, they're there. So your job is to beat them. Don't worry about how they got there, because that was being emphasized. Oh, who did you beat? Who did you beat? Doesn't matter. He beat you. So Aljo took that L. The fight was pretty quick. I mean, second round finish. O'Malley's the champ, man. Like I said, not surprising to me at all. But I definitely do want to tap into this for the most part, this video, because in terms of the bantamweight division, right? I mean, Aljo literally was asked if he's gonna go up to 45, and his response literally was, if O'Malley just did that to him, what would Volk do to him? So, I mean, it's clearly obvious, right? We all knew that if Aljamain Sterling went up to 45, he was gonna get finished by Volk. He was gonna get ran over. I don't even know what the hell would his game plan be to fight Volk. You're gonna go fight Volkanovski? Like, good luck, man. You're gonna get ran over. So, I don't know what the hell he was even thinking of going up to 45 and trying to fight Volk, but this is where we're gonna see who Aljo really is, because, mind you, right now Merab is the #1 contender. Now that Aljo lost, he's gonna drop down to the #1 contender, but Merab is really the real #1 contender. So you're telling me you're gonna stay at 35, keep the division clogged up there in order for your best friend, your teammate, to not get the title shot? I wanna see when Merab is gonna grow a pair and actually speak up or have to fight Aljo or something, because clearly Aljo's coming first in this whole exchange. It's not a fair friendship. Like, I don't know what the hell they think they're doing, but clearly it's in favor of Aljo. It's not in favor of Merab. Obviously now, I mean, Henry Cejudo's gonna stay at #3. Corey Sandhagen #4. He just got surgery. Petr Yan #5. I mean, doesn't make any sense for him. Like, he lost to Sean O'Malley. And then you have Marlon Chito Vera at #6. I mean, it makes sense for Chito Vera to get a title shot. If Aljo had lost in the 4th round, 5th round, something like that, then yeah, but I don't know, man. It's too debatable now. Like, do I think he deserves a title shot or a rematch? I mean, maybe, why not? But then again, at the same time, he got finished in the 2nd round. But then again, he defended the belt 3 times. So it's tough. It's a tough discussion, but we're gonna find out who Aljo really is, because he needs to go up to 45, go in that 45 division, because I'm not even joking around. I don't know what the hell Aljo has for anybody at 45. If he fights Max Holloway, if he fights Volk, even if he fights Ilia Topuria, Brian Ortega, even Yair Rodriguez is not a great matchup for Aljo. So I don't know what he's gonna do next, but man, it's gonna be interesting. The bantamweight division is obviously stacked. The whole entire division is stacked. I mean, from rank 15 all the way to rank #1. It's the best division in the UFC right now currently. But that was that. Next up, and I'm gonna start running through these fights if they don't have a story, but this one does. Zhang Weili versus Amanda Lemos. I mean, guys, only in women's MMA can a fighter go from a LeBron James type of player to a G League player or to an undrafted player. I mean, Lemos clearly had an advantage in the striking exchanges, right? Clear as day. But what does she do? She overextends in the first couple of rounds, makes it super easy for Weili to get her to the ground. Really had nothing really to offer on the ground other than like a random Darce choke attempt that it did seem like it was pretty tight, but it looked inadvertent to me. It didn't look like a normal Darce choke. Like, it looked really inadvertent. I don't know what she was trying to do there. really dumb performance by Amanda Lemos, just overextending. And you know, this is why like press conferences and things like that, you can't look too deeply into it, but it does matter because she was super duper confident in the press conference saying the belt is already hers. And I'm just like, where does that even come from? Like, it's mind numbing. But I mean, you can expect from women's MMA, man, like a complete dog crap performance from Lemos. But I'm not taking anything away from Zhang Weili. She's a great fighter for sure. But in the exchanges that she's had in her previous fights with people that can strike, like a Rose Namajunas, like a Joanna Jędrzejczyk, she's been hit flush multiple times. And it damn near happened in this fight. I think she got hit with a few good shots, but I mean, Lemos couldn't string anything together. Her takedown defense, which was naturally at 82%, was non-existent. Weili got like 6 to 7 takedowns on her. Her striking accuracy, which was 10% higher than Zhang Weili, through the window because now all of a sudden she's winging shots, fighting like a damn idiot. So I mean, I don't know why I'm getting so worked up. I mean, I had Lemos as my lock of my underdog of the night. So it's frustrating to see her have such a garbage. Oh my goodness.
I'm like, what the hell is going on?
She better not be seeing a title shot no time soon. She needs to string at least 3 wins in a row. Because that was hard to watch. Like, it was a literal beatdown. And I'm done talking about it. So, Neil Magny versus Ian Gary. I mean, Ian Gary did what he was supposed to do, but he really should have finished Neil Magny, so I'm not really that impressed. I mean, you talk all that junk, you got to go finish the fight. So, you know, he did his job though. He won the fight. He definitely could have got the finish. And yeah, we'd definitely love to see him versus Wonderboy next because 9 times out of 10, whoever Wonderboy fights and they're a striker, it doesn't go well for them. Like if they're gonna stand with him, it's not gonna go well. So, but I do like Ian Gary. You know, Ian Gary as a fighter, I think he's a great fighter. But it was just frustrating that he talked all that junk and didn't finish Neil Magny, especially since Neil Magny was compromised. He had no leg. I don't know why he didn't mix it up to the top once he hurt his leg. He didn't throw any combinations to the head after he had Neil Magny's leg clearly compromised. No, you know, Magny would have been worried about the leg kick. And, you know, Ian Gary really didn't do much to finish the fight. So, but he's still probably gonna get the Wonderboy fight anyways, because I'm sure people want to see that. I mean, I want to see it too. Next up, we had a robbery. We had a robbery here. We had Damon Blackshear versus Mario Batista. Damon Blackshear literally won the first 2 rounds. He literally outstruck Damon Blackshear in significant strikes, total strikes, even on the head strikes, more on the body strikes, more on the leg strikes, 1 minute less control time, more takedowns, but he loses the fight. It's just the judging is just it's so terrible, man. It gives me a headache. The only reason why he lost that fight is because of look of fatigue. But I mean, like, what the hell is going on? Like, fights are not based on round basis anymore, guys. Like, I mean, it's really bad because this is where this mindset came from. Why people think that Volkanovski won the fight versus Islam. Who looked more fresh? Volkanovski to end the fight, right? So why not just give Volkanovski the title? And I was a guy that was against him winning. I'm like, yo, Islam clearly won 4 rounds to 1, but since Volk looked so great in the last round, just give him the freaking belt. Because they do this all the time in 3-round fights. They will literally sit there and see a fighter win the first 2 rounds. And because the other, you know, the opposite fighter looks a little bit fatigued or whatever the case may be, all of a sudden the fight is just automatically over for them. I mean, it's getting hard to watch MMA. Like, it's getting to the point where, like, I love MMA, but it's like, it's mind numbing to the point where I just want to only probably watch pay-per-views now or just like forget the prelim. I don't know what I want to do, but it's just like, it's mind numbing, man. It really is it's mind numbing. But Marlon Chito Vera, same kind of situation here. I thought that he definitely, yeah, this one was kind of different because you could have made an argument that Pedro won the first 2 rounds. First round was kind of you know, you could have made a little bit of an argument, but Chito pulled ahead and he added damage to it. So that was a little bit of a different kind of story. But he should get the title shot now, man. I mean, it makes the most sense right now if the other guys are injured. I mean, if Merab is healthy, Merab should get the next title shot, realistically speaking. But you guys know how the UFC is, man. They're about the big bucks. Merab had his opportunity to fight for the belt already. They offered him to fight versus Aljo, but he took it. He didn't take it. So now he's putting his career in jeopardy for another man. He's putting his family, you know, the food that he should be putting on his family's table for another man. So, I mean, shout out to these guys, man. I could never be them. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna jeopardize your dreams and goals for another man. I mean, what is this? Do you not have to eat? I don't know. Anyways, Cheeto should get the next title shot if Merab is still not healthy. And then we had Brad Tavares. He's a bum, man. Like, he had a compromised fighter in front of him. I can see why he's been getting finished a lot lately or just losing fights, you know, handily. He's just not a good fighter anymore. Like, he's tough. He's been around for a long time, but to have a compromised Chris Weidman in front of you and not go for the finish, it's just hilarious. He even got hit with some decent shots by Weidman too, so his chin is definitely gone for sure. Very lackluster performance. Weidman should definitely retire because, I mean, him just coming back from that injury was a big accomplishment in itself. So it's kind of just like, I think that he should be proud of that. The fact that he fought back from that injury to, you know, make his way back into the octagon. But he took a lot of damage in his career. Neck surgery, you know, catastrophic leg surgery, you know, a lot of knockout losses. Come on, man. You're a former champion. You have a great legacy. You beat some legends. You beat Anderson Silva. You beat Vitor Belfort. You beat Lyoto Machida. Just call it a career, dog. Like, there's no reason to keep putting your body through this BS. You've done enough in the sport. But yeah. Gregory Rodriguez versus Dennis Tilulian. Fight went how I expected it to go. You know, Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop came in more very smart. You know, he showed something that a lot of fighters are not showing nowadays. He showed that he has fight IQ and he can make great adjustments. He came into this fight understanding that he doesn't have to get in a firefight. He's great on the ground. Get the job done there. He got Dennis Tilulian down to the ground and landed some ground and pound. Now, one of the elbows did look a little bit illegal there, but it looked like, you know, Tilulian didn't want to beat her anyways. I mean, he was just kind of stiff after the first elbow, but one of those elbows definitely did look illegal. But, you know, Tilulian wasn't going to have anything left to offer once the fight got to the ground. So that's how that played out. Kurt Holloway versus Austin Hubbard. Austin Hubbard had a good, what the hell was that? Oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah. Anyways, Austin Hubbard had a good first round. Got a couple takedowns, good striking, but then the second round came. You know, Holloway is definitely dangerous. He was very aggressive, and you know, he got, you know, Austin Hubbard in the armbar situation. Hubbard defended well, but, you know, Holloway is a black belt in BJJ, and he got him right in that triangle choke, and the fight was over. It was a cool fight while it lasted. I think Hubbard should still get a little bit of a chance to be in the UFC. He's been there before, put on a pretty decent performance in that fight, even though he got finished. He was looking great until that point. And yeah, that's how that lightweight Ultimate Fighter finale played out. So Kurt Holloway gets his second chance, but, you know, officially to be in the UFC again. Then we had, I think this might have been the fight of the night. Yeah, definitely. This had to be, this definitely was the fight of the night. There's no other way. Brad Katona versus Cody Gibson, hell of a fight. Cody Gibson looked really, really good. And then Brad Katona was able to pull away a bit, land some damaging shots. And yeah, it was just pretty much a back and forth striking match. I don't think there was one takedown attempted from what I remember. The guys attempted takedowns, but nothing went through. It was a striking war. Brad Katona attempted 327 strikes, and Cody Gibson attempted 273. So them boys was throwing, man. They was throwing. Great fight. In the end, Brad Katona got the victory by decision. And yeah, he's an Ultimate Fighter, two-time Ultimate Fighter finale winner. And yeah, he's back in the UFC officially. So congrats to him. Then on the early prelims, we had you know, Andre Petroski versus Gerald Meerschaert. Terrible performance from Andre Petroski. I'm just gonna keep this as, yeah, I'm just keep. I'm almost at lost words here. You have a guy in front of you that's been finished 12 times, submitted 8 times, knocked out 4 times, and you come out there winging punches like a idiot. I don't know what the hell is wrong with some of these fighters. It's like, dude, just come out there with shots straight down the pipe. Why the are you throwing overhand wild bullshit shots, man? So Petroski made the fight a lot more difficult than it should have been, and he squeaked out a split decision victory. In a fight where it shouldn't have been like that. He got outstruck, right? And if the fight would have went to Gerald Meerschaert, I'm not sure a lot of people would have really been complaining about it. So I mean, just a garbage performance from him. So I'm on to the next with that. Then we had Natalia Silva versus Andrea Lee. This was kind of expected for Natalia Silva to just kind of dance around on the outside and just beat up Andrea Lee. Andrea Lee just piss poor fight IQ, never closed the distance, just stood on the outside, got picked apart. Her coaches kept telling her to close the distance, and she just sat there just getting beat up. And the one thing I've been learning from the years of watching the UFC or just watching MMA in general is like, man, fight IQ is something real, obviously, right? It's the same thing in any other sport. Like, before you go on the basketball court, you have all these things that you want to do, right? And when you get on the basketball court, I mean, your IQ has to be on point in the middle of the battle. So I can't sit here and say that I've been the best basketball player, had the greatest IQ. So because I understand it. I understand sometimes you go out there, you want to do certain things, you don't do it. But basketball versus MMA is a little bit different, right? When you're an MMA fighter, you're preparing for one specific fighter, one person, and you build up a game plan and you have a training camp for weeks. You prepare for that one thing over and over and over again. You drill all these habits, and it's like, it's incredible to me how many people I've seen recently, MMA fighters, that just go out there and have some of the, like, really piss poor fight IQ. It's been really annoying to see. I mean, it's the UFC, man. Like, these are the greatest fighters in the world. For the most part, sometimes the UFC does sign some people that really shouldn't be in there. But for the most part, it is the best fighters in the world. So it's just frustrating when I see such terrible game plans. Not to really pounce too much on Andrea Lee, but man, yeah, it was just a stupid game plan. Like, she had to simply just bite down on her mouth guard and go forward. The longer she sat on the outside, the worse the fight was gonna get. So she just got outstruck and got beat. And then, the first fight of the night was Marina Moroz versus Karine Silva. And this is another example of women's MMA doing what women's MMA does. Moroz was the better striker, supposed to be the better striker. She literally got outstruck. She had good takedown defense, literally got taken down right away. So can't really say much about that. Karine Silva is a real serious problem at flyweight. She's just very dangerous on the ground. She's very dangerous on the ground. But the one thing I'm noticing now, and I kind of realized it earlier, is that women's flyweight is deep. Women's flyweight is deep. If you guys don't believe me, just go take a look at women's flyweight and you'll see that women's flyweight is deep right now. Yeah, so that's really gonna be a class or a weight class I enjoy watching going forward, especially with that title fight coming up in a couple of weeks with Valentina versus Grasso. But guys, that's the end of this video, man. UFC 292. It was a cool card. Like, I enjoyed the card. It's not like I was bored while I was watching the card. There was one fight where I felt like I was about to go to sleep. I forgot what fight it was. I gotta double check it, man, because there was a fight where I felt like I wanted to go to sleep. I'm not gonna lie. It might have been Chris Weidman versus Brad Tavares. Might have been that fight. Yeah, that probably was it. Yeah, damn near fell asleep versus that fight. But anyways, guys, drop a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Next week, we got one of my favorite fighters, top 3. It's Dustin Poirier, Tony Ferguson, and my boy Max Holloway. We got Max Holloway next week versus the Korean Zombie in Singapore. So we're gonna start getting the videos ready for that. Start preparing, start breaking down film. So let me know what you guys wanna see, what videos you guys wanna see going forward in the future, and I'll get to them for y'all, man. But do me a favor, drop a like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, man. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.